Let me start by apologizing to all my lady friends, black, white, brown, or yellow, short, tall, small, or large. I apologize. I promise. It wasn't you. It was me. Me carrying all of my baggage, my hurt, my pain, my disappointment, my feelings of being let down and left out, my feelings of not being enough. You know, I could never see in me what I saw in you. And I literally began to blame you. Yeah, you, my African goddess. You're so beautiful. And my light-skinned friend out there, all prim and proper. And my Caucasian girlfriends, please don't think you are not included, because you are. And brothers, gentlemen, you are not exempt. Each of you are a constant reminder of the day I was violated. That day, I was approximately 7, 8 years old. That day, that man stole my childhood and my innocence without my permission. That day, I remember it oh so vividly. The blood trickling down my inner thighs, the tears streaming down my cheeks, me wanting to move, but I couldn't. I was paralyzed, and all I could do was cry myself to sleep, and the tears never stopped. Now, although me and my mother were close, I could never find the words to tell her what happened. Or maybe I didn't have the courage. But that little girl inside of me, standing in front of her day after day, just knew that she could see my tears, that she could identify with the trauma that was taking place in my body, that she could feel my pain. But I guess, without me outright telling her, it just passed her by. Now, at the time, it wasn't about the story. It wasn't about the story. I wanted to be hugged and loved and comforted. But more than anything, I wanted someone to see my tears, and they didn't. Any of you felt like that, where you just been closed in, lonely, felt like you've been overlooked? Anybody? That led me to a space of constantly comparing myself. It started in the home with my sisters, and it flowed out into the streets to each of you. What you wore, what you said, how you articulated your words, the way you walked in the room and commanded and demanded attention and respect, your lips, your eyes, your hair, it didn't matter. I always found a reason to compare. And this, me watching you, continued to rob me. Now, as President Teddy Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of all joy. And on that day, that man stole my joy. Now, let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had anybody steal your joy, your love, your peace, your happiness, your trust, your life? For some of you, your food? Leaving you trying to figure out how to get it back? Now, that was me for many years, trying to find myself, trying to recover from that fateful day. But oh, let me tell you about that joy that comes in the morning. I woke up one day, I said, Risa, hold on, girlfriend. This is toxic. This is unhealthy. This is downright insane. You can no longer allow comparison to steal your joy. So you know what I did? That morning, I decided that the only person I would be in competition with ever again was me. You guessed it, me. The woman I was yesterday, the day before, last week, last month, last year. And this is how I did it. Get something to jot this down. Grab something out your purse or the bag and jot it down. I have 4 pearls of wisdom for you. 4. The first one, I decided to forgive myself. Forgive myself for carrying all of that self-hatred, for not knowing my worth, for walking around mad and angry and pissed off and being downright mean just because, and for allowing that negative chatter to penetrate my soul. Pearl number 2, loving me. I began to be kind to me, to speak life into those dry bones, to tighten my circle of friendship, and to recite my affirmations out loud. I am somebody, because God don't make no junk, and he definitely don't make no mistakes. That's a free one for you. I am loved, and I am lovable. Cherisa, want what you want and wait for it. Pearl number 3, I began to be non-negotiable. And that simply means I know my worth and I know what I bring to the table. And dig this, I ain't afraid to eat alone. You hear me? I ain't afraid to eat alone. Pearl number 4, I bring the authentic Cherisa to the table every day. You hear me? Every day. And you ask me how I do this? By repeating pearls number 1, 2, and 3 on a daily basis. Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you to begin to forgive yourself, because forgiveness truly is an act of kindness to self. Begin to love yourself. Be non-negotiable in everything you do, because you truly know your worth. And bring the authentic you to the table every day. By doing this, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, you won't need the validation or the applause of anyone else ever again. Be your own best cheerleader. I am Cherisa G, the activator, taking you from stagnation to activation. I would love to greet and meet each of you, but if not, my business card is in the bag. Take care and have a wonderful afternoon.